me, I want Boulder County to continue as the environmental leader it has been. It's more important than ever with the climate crisis we have going on. And I want to help continue to lead on wind, solar, efficiency, electrification, work at the, not only at our level, but at the state level, because that's where we make big change and had real success last year. Also in transportation, electrification of vehicles, better transit, including Northwest Rail, and also protecting our citizens, our residents from oil and gas activities that could adversely harm their health. Also, open space, we need to keep going. We need to keep acquiring land. Community buffers are still an important thing. Wanting to purchase is an example of that. And we need to manage and preserve the ecosystems, our ag and responsible recreation. And finally, what I've been impressed about coming here is the 2,000 employees, the work you do, and I want to continue to have an inclusive and welcoming environment. And thank you for all you do, for those of you here, anybody might be watching, and let your peers know that don't have the opportunity to come here today. We appreciate your work. We know you deliver the service to the people who are paying the taxes so that they have a better life.
Thanks, Matt. And I just add to that first my thanks to everyone, both that participated in the video and really that works so hard every year, every day to make Boulder County the great place it is and deliver the public service that we're so proud of. I think in terms of my list of things I'd really like to work on, there's any number of things I'd really like to tie a bow on, but probably have to give up on that thought. That's just not going to happen. But that Oracle continues the work that we started last year and keep moving that forward. I think on a more personal note, I think the racial equity work that we have been doing has both been personal and enriching and terrifying and difficult. But I think we're really at an opportunity where I think if we continue the momentum and put in place the policies that we really feel like that can set us up for continued success and moving forward and continue some momentum that it feels like we have going, I really personally feel dedicated to making that happen, and so that we can really change the face of Boulder County so that it is more reflective of our community. And looking forward to seeing that manifest itself over the next year. The climate change needs to be the lens that we look at everything through, everything that we do. And I think Elise and Matt will probably talk some more about that. Matt already has. But I think the last thing just to mention would be the criminal justice reform work that we've begun and been working on over the last few years. There's an opportunity for us to really change people's lives that way, in that we know there are many, many people continue today that are in jail that don't belong in jail. They need to be someplace else. They need to be getting the help in the community that they deserve, and I think really appreciate the work that the DA's office, appreciate the work that community services has been doing, the sheriff has been doing. We really are working as a community, but I think this is a place where not something that I really had that much awareness around until I became a commissioner, and I think over the years appreciating the role we play in that has deepened my interest and sensitivity and value in how we can help people. And so I'm looking forward to more work around that.
Well said, Deb and Matt, and I'll just add my 2 cents worth. I'm really excited about 2020, and it's also super bittersweet. This is my last year getting to work for the county, same with Deb, and it's been one of the honors of my life, and it's ending too soon, and there's so much that I still want to get to work on and complete with all of you. So really want to put the pedal to the metal of the electric vehicle that is my county career. And I really care about all of the work that the county does. I mean, if 45 minutes of hearing you all talk about your great work isn't enough, I mean, it's all exciting and good. But personally, I'm particularly excited about the sustainability tax is flowing now. thanks to the voters of Boulder County, which means we get to dive deep and expand our work on everything from regenerative agriculture and carbon sequestration work to electric vehicle expansion, to maybe a new compost facility, to going really hard on climate resilience and mitigation. As my colleagues have spoken, that is really an existential threat, and as a mother and a county employee, Boulder County has got to be a leader on helping us figure out how to survive this climate crisis. And so I'm really happy that we are moving forward on that front. Closely related is oil and gas. We've been working very, very hard for years to protect the county from the impacts of that, and I'm looking forward to working with our incredible oil and gas team to put in place the strongest possible protections that will safeguard us and provide a model for other jurisdictions across the state. Affordable living is really, really important both to the employees and the residents of our county. It's a part of our equity work. So working with both the implementation of the Regional Affordable Housing Plan and our new TMP to make housing and transportation accessible. I'm really looking forward to exploring revenue options for allowing us to invest deeper in both of those things. The racial equity work that Deb mentioned is also something that's very near and dear to my heart. It is very difficult work, and we make missteps all the time, but it's important work, and I feel like this next year is going to be a really pivotal year as we expand our training practice countywide, and we implement those recruitment and hiring practices that Jana mentioned in the video. And then last but not least, on a personal level, some of you might have known, I got appointed to the Air Quality Control Commission, which sets the statewide protections around air quality and climate. And we just adopted some great rules in the past year around zero emission vehicles and oil and gas. And next up are climate regulations. And so I'm excited to participate in that way. Most of all, let me close by thanking you all for the incredible honor of getting to work with you. You do amazing things for this community, for this state, for the world, and it's really a privilege to get to work shoulder to shoulder with you. So thank you for that.
So now we're going to talk a little bit about the reorganization and restructuring. Starting today, we are transitioning to a county administrator, not manager, administrator model of government, and appointing the current Administrative Services Director, Jana Peterson, to this new role. This decision wasn't made lightly. We had a lot of conversations, and it was three basic things that we talked about, is to give the public, and this organization's been talking about this for a while, a one-stop shopping opportunity, allow residents to more easily conduct business with the county by grouping like services together. Second, to help modernize the organization by managing the operational needs of the county departments more efficiently and effectively. And third, enable us, the county commissioners, to focus on strategic level initiatives and more attention outward into the community. We believe this transition will help us because of term limits. We need to better maintain institutional knowledge throughout the organization. We're going to have some changes this next year, and that's one of the things we're really looking towards. Better ensure the continuity of day-to-day administrative functions of county departments. Overall, we believe the restructuring will lead to greater efficiencies in how we deliver services, create a more collaborative, team-based approach to public service, and reflect a more responsive public focus.
Thanks, Matt. And then maybe just to elaborate a little bit more, some of the major changes to the structure include grouping together similar planning and permitting services that exist in land use and in transportation, and moving them to a newly named community planning and permitting department. And then taking the remainder of the transportation-related functions currently in the transportation department and other operational and structural services of the county into a new public works department. And then also creating, as I think we mentioned earlier, creating a new Office of Sustainability, Climate Action, and Resiliency to keep the climate crisis at the forefront of all the work we do here at the county. We also have made a deliberate decision, and we want to make note of it, to keep the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Manager in the Commissioner's Office in recognition of the need for diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts to be managed at the executive level of the organization and to keep the focus of this vital effort in our county government.
So when appointing our first ever county administrator, we felt it was critical to co-create and implement this new structure with somebody who was intimately familiar with and experienced with Boulder County, who knew about and was committed to our goals and to serving the Boulder County residents who are our constituents, and somebody who could help navigate this change with us while ensuring that the important work, the day-to-day work of the county continued uninterrupted. Time was of the essence in our eyes, as Matt pointed out, because we wanted to establish, test, and fine-tune this new structure this year before the county faces a relatively unprecedented turnover of commissioners next January. So we opened the position up to all of our department heads, and Jana was the only person crazy enough to throw her hat in and accept this challenge. And I think we're all very fortunate that she did. Jana is eminently qualified. She has 25 years of leadership in local government, both here at the county and at the city of Boulder. And we really feel that she is the best person, most qualified to take on this role. And at the same time, I want to acknowledge that there's some very legitimate concerns that were raised about our process, both the speed and the transparency of our process. And in hindsight, we should have had a more inclusive conversation. We should have had better communication about this. And we are committed to doing better. We believe that the first county administrator in Boulder County's history should be somebody with the skills, experience, and knowledge that Jana has that will allow us to move forward without skipping a beat. And at the same time, Jana's appointment is in no way a shift from our commitment to equity or to ensuring that we recruit and hire a diverse workforce. So I just wanted to say that. And in closing, before we bring Jana up to talk, we really want to, again, thank staff for supporting Boulder County through this transition. Change is hard, and you all bear the brunt, and we acknowledge that. So we, again, are grateful for you. You all make this organization, and we count on your support and your efforts as we continue to work to provide the best in public service. So again, thank you. And with that, where's Jen? Come on up. We'd like to hear from our new county administrator.
Hi everyone. I'm going to apologize in advance for the hoarse voice. A little bit of a head cold, so we'll keep this close by in case I need some tea. I wanted to start off by just saying how humbled and excited I am to take on this new challenge. I'm thankful to the county commissioners for putting their faith in me and leading this organization and taking on this new role. I also am really looking forward to working with leadership across the organization on this new structure and how it's going to work. And I want to thank you. You saw all the remarkable leaders in that video, and it really is going to take a team effort to make sure that this new structure works. And I couldn't be more proud of that team and proud to be a part of it. As the commissioners mentioned, my background's in local government. So in 1996, when my husband and I decided to move to Colorado, I had been a newspaper reporter and was looking for work in communications. Saw a job posting at Boulder County for a 6-month term position as public information officer. And I thought, what the heck, I'll apply for that job. It's only for 6 months, so if I don't like it, I'd never thought about working in government. If it doesn't work out, it's just a 6-month commitment. So here I am, more than 24 years later, still working in local government right here in Boulder, Colorado. And I feel like that decision to apply for that term position in Boulder County really changed the course of my career. And for those of you who work for this organization, you understand, public service becomes a calling. It's not just a job. We are making this change in the structure at this time to really acknowledge that our organization is growing increasingly more complex. If any of you have studied public administration, there's the old politics-administration dichotomy in running a government organization. So the political side is about what are we going to do and why are we going to do it? And the administrative side is about how do we get it done and who's going to be responsible for it. For the history of this county, the Board of County Commissioners have been responsible for both of those functions. And with this change, it's really an opportunity to allow the county commissioners to focus strongly on the what and the why, on the politics of running this organization, while turning over the administration, the how and the who, to the rest of us who work in county government. And it's a really common form of government, both within Colorado and across this country. And it's something that we've talked about within this organization for several years. So I'm excited to see where this is going to lead us moving forward. I sort of mentioned that I stumbled into public service, or didn't really intend for my career to go here, but I really can't think of a better calling, or frankly a better call to action than what the commissioners have laid before us. Their strategic priorities around affordable living, climate action, equity and justice, land and water stewardship, and organizational and financial stewardship are an ambitious agenda and really lay forth at our feet a lot of amazing work ahead of us. The strategic priorities, if you haven't had a chance to review them, take a look and see if you're inspired. I know they inspire me, and I really hope they inspire you as well. It's not an easy time to be a public servant. We hear a lot about government not working so well all the time. Our community places extraordinarily high demands on us, and we place high demands on each other as members of the Boulder County team. So this is hard work, and it's also incredibly rewarding. I can't think of anything that motivates me more than those small incremental improvements we make every day that delivers a better service to a member of our community in need, that creates the infrastructure or preserves the open space or creates a response on climate action. These are things that are really, really important and make the work incredibly rewarding. We're really fortunate to work for Boulder County. This is an organization that has an incredible legacy of award-winning programs that are models for other local governments, both in Colorado and across the country. You saw a lot of that in the video. But you think about, our open space program, environmental sustainability, elections, taxation, criminal justice, land use, our human services programs. These are amazing legacies that are handed to us as the public servants who work for Boulder County today. And it's incredible, and it's a bit humbling to think that all of that is in our hands. I think about how this transition is going to play out. And the transition is gonna take each and every one of us to make sure it's successful. It's a work in progress. And we've been using the mantra, it's business as usual as we go through these changes, because the changes are gonna take some time, some thought, some effort, some additional process improvements that are going to need to take place as we move forward. But I can't think of a better group of people or anyone else that I would want to be making these changes with. I think about the public servants who came before us and how much we benefit from all of their work and all of their decisions and all of the thoughts and ideas and efforts that they put into making this county government the amazing place that it is. And I sometimes think, did they have the benefit of foresight, or did they sit there kind of scratching their heads and wondering, how is this going to turn out? Are we on the right path? Are we doing the right thing? And I think that's exactly what we are supposed to do in government. We are supposed to ask those hard questions. And we are supposed to continuously get better and better and better. Boulder County as an organization and as a place to live is not a perfect place. And it is less perfect for some of us than for many of us. And it's incumbent upon us as the people who work for Boulder County to be committed to that continuous improvement path, that we are going to get better. And we are going to get better especially in the areas where we need to improve the most. So, thinking about this new role and thinking about all those public servants who are handing us this legacy organization, it brings me confidence to know what a great job they did and where we are today. And I look forward to years from now, the public servants who succeed us, looking back at this moment and saying, yeah, they were doing great things in Boulder County. And that ambitious agenda that the commissioners set before us was achievable and made this little part of Colorado a better place for everyone who's here. So with that, I'm just really looking forward to working with all of you. I want you to know my door is always open. It's going to take a lot of great ideas. It's going to take the right tools and technology and training to make sure that we can achieve that ambitious agenda. And that's my job, to help make sure that that happens. So with all of us pulling together, we're gonna do it. And I'm looking forward to what comes next in 2020. Thank you all.
So now the really exciting stuff comes. I won't be offended if any of you all decide you have important work to do and don't want to listen to us adopt a gazillion resolutions. But the first order of business is to nominate and vote on a chair for the Boulder County Board of County Commission. And I would like to nominate Deb Gardner to be chair of 2020. We have a tradition, which I think serves us well, of rotating the chair and sharing the power. And it's Deb's turn, and beyond that, she does a really good job. So
I second that motion.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. And with that, we will shift chairs.
She's shorter.
Did I mention she's shorter?
Thank you, Elise, especially for all that help. As Elise said earlier, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to serve here in Boulder County. County. It's really been the best thing I've done in my entire life. And so, thank you for nominating and seconding me to be chair. And I look forward to a great year working and serving with you all this next year. The next order of business is to nominate a vice chair, and I'd like to nominate Commissioner Matt Jones.
And I would like to second it. It's high time you have the thrill of running on this.
It'll be great to get the training wheels off.
All in favor? Aye.
Right.
Next up is adoption of Resolution 2020-001, designating the official newspaper for 2020, the Boulder Daily Camera, and the Longmont Daily Times Call.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next is adoption of Resolution 2020-002, designating the official meeting days of the Board of County Commissioners, Monday through Friday inclusive.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next is adoption of Resolution 2020-003, designating the Liquor Licensing Authority, Alan Beasley.
Move approval.
Very important. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adoption of Resolution 2020-004, designating the official county holidays for 2020 and New Year's Day and Martin Luther King Jr. Day for 2021.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adoption of Resolution 2020-05, naming banks within the county as depositories for 2020.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next is adoption of Resolution 2020-006, authorizing the vice chair to act in the absence of the chair.
Move approval.
Let me think about this. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2020-007, appointment of members of the Board of County Commissioners to serve as ex officio commissioners of the Boulder County Housing Authority.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next is Resolution 2020-008, creation of the Office of County Administrator and related revisions to the Personnel and Policy Manual.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Designating the official county auditors for 2020 to conduct the 2019 audit, Clifton Larson Allen, LLP, 8390 East Crescent Parkway, Suite 600 Greenwood Village.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we're not nearly done. Appointments to serve at the pleasure of the Board of County Commissioners. We have County Attorney Ben Perlman, Chief of Staff Michelle Krizik, Chief Financial Officer Ramona Farino, County Administrator Jana Peterson, Chief Sustainability Officer Susie Strife, Information Technology Director Sean Glean, Human Resources Director Julia Yeager, Community Services Director Robin Bohannon, Public Works Director Jeff Maxwell, Community Planning and Permitting Director Dale Case, Parks and Open Space Director Eric Lane.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Sitting as Boulder County Housing Authority Board, we appoint Frank Alexander as the Secretary and Executive Director of the Boulder County Housing Authority Board.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. People are leaving now so they know they have their appointments. But that's fine. They need to get to work. Adopt BCHA Board Resolution 2020-01, delegating authority to the Executive Director and his designees to take certain actions on behalf of the BCHA.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sitting now is the Boulder County Board of Social Services. Will appoint Frank Alexander as the County Director of Social Services.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sitting back is the Board of Boulder County Board of County Commissioners. We appoint Frank Alexander as the Director of the Boulder County Department of Housing and Human Services.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. You leave now, Frank. Appoint Deb Gardner, Matt Jones, alternate to the Boulder County Consortium of Cities, which meets every other month, the first Wednesday of the month.
Move approval.
Aye.
All in favor?
Second.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Then appoint Elise Jones, Matt Jones, alternate to the Denver Regional Council of Governments.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint Deb Gardner, Matt Jones, and Elise Jones to the Human Services Coordinating Council.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Appoint Matt Jones to the Rocky Flats Stewardship Council.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint Matt Jones to the Mile High Flood District.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint Deb Gardner to Workforce Boulder County.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint Elise Jones, Matt Jones, alternate to the Mayors and Commissioners Coalition.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wow.
That's it. We'll adjourn for 5 minutes.
Could we take one more minute to thank Gabby Corbicher for the incredible efforts on that video? Certainly to all of you who started it, but she lost a lot of sleep this past month putting that together, so thank you.
She was here this weekend, I will attest. When we couldn't bother her.
Okay, we'll be back at 10:30 for the business meeting.